Olympic Games. So let's see how these two get on. Russia, Magomedov in white. France, Schmitt in blue. Judo being awarded to France and to Russia. Both trying desperately to fight for the dominance of grip, to control. Magomedov again, as you can see, is not really engaging too much here, just literally doing enough and trying to create just a window of opportunity to finish this match. And as we've seen many a time, that Uchimata always seems to sort of come out of the bag at some stage. Again, Alain Schmitt has to be careful here. He hasn't really put an attack in, unlike Magomedov with the Uchimata. It could be a Judo, and this could be result in a Yuko being on a board for Magomedov, which puts him in a better position. But as you can see, he's coming back, but very slowly indeed, the Russian. Not looking too happy, but can't read into it too much because so definitely the right decision based on the Uchimata that Magomedov did put in to avoid, just by a small margin, not to get another Judo. But it might be just the wake-up call that France need here to pull this back out. He has to really start engaging with them. The Frenchman is obviously just battling away to get a grip, but he really just has to try and engage and come forward and start attacking him. He is trailing behind. Now, if Schmitt can only put in an attack, then we could even this up. But then that's another attack for Magomedov of Russia. So 1 minute 41 seconds to go. And very close indeed, but you see the wee limp there from the Russian. Now, possibly a Shido being given here, but I don't think it was just a deliberate flop. I do believe that there is something seriously underlining there that has caused him to come to his knees. I don't think it's so straightforward as being tired. I think he's really struggling here, and it makes you wonder why he's consistent here and still competing if he is holding an injury. Surely with the games just on the doorstep. So, well, it's looking more like a hamstring as he limps back to the centre. Uchimata, and that's what pulls it out of the bag for him each time, scoring every time with that Uchimata. Lovely as she was there, just breaking the balance of Schmitt. But drop, lovely drop, Sianagi, and a Yuko scored there. Fantastic entry for all the amount of times he's done that throughout the day, and that's the first time it's really connected well, and what a great time to do it. So he's drawn it back with 31 seconds to go. But you can never write off this Russian. But if a Shido is awarded both ways, a Wazari will go on the board. And only a Yuko for the Russian. So Schmitt has got to be very, very careful, because there is 2 Shidos on the board for this young man. And only 1 for Russia. So the next stage up, if even both of them get it, is a Wazari, which loses the match for Schmitt, and a Yuko on the board for Russia, Magomedov. So we're going to golden score, but it's still very, very cagey here for the Frenchman. He really does have to fight all the way. He does have lingering over his head 2 Shidos, which has given a Yuko on the board for the Russian. But Schmitt pulled that back with that drop Sianagi to score a great Yuko. But as we know, that even if both of these guys get Shido, that accumulation up to a Wazari would lose the match for the Frenchman. So the pressure is really on. One attack ahead of the Russian. He has to constantly keep attacking and committing to a certain amount. Drop Sianagi, and that's again a nice drop, breaking the balance. And if he piles the pressure on that, a Shido will be awarded. And that means a Yuko would be on the board. I'm sure Schmitt knows this. Hopefully he's clever enough to be able to deal and handle such a phenomenal athlete such as Magomedov, who really does seems to be struggling, and has done throughout the day. How he's managed to get here, I'll never know. So medical attention now is required for the Russian. Not quite sure what it's for, but it looks to be for his hand. Possibly a nail or something he's broke. Who knows? I'm sure he's a bit tougher than that. As you can see, great turnout here. What a fantastic arena, so welcoming and vibrant. And the performances throughout the weekend have been amazing. And full credit to the Portuguese Judo Federation. Splendid. All the preparation that's gone into to welcome all these athletes and the delegates over the weekend. A lot of effort's gone in here, and full credit to Portuguese Judo. And we know just how important it is to have support, and a big thank you to all our sponsors out there. As you can see, an array of them around the contest area. CAC, CAC, one of the major sponsors for the European Judo, Green Hill, and mybacknumber.com, and security, Adidas, one of our major sponsors. So without these guys and their involvement, obviously wouldn't be possible. So, wiping up a little bit of the spillage. And with 2.5 minutes to go in this match, into the golden score. Schmitt receiving 2 Shidos, which resulted in a Yuko against him. And then we saw a lovely drop Sienagi closer to the end of the 5 minutes, and to even it up. And now we're into the golden score. Dangerous position is Schmitt with the 2 Shidos on. One more would result in a Wazari going on the board. But if Magomedov gets a Shido, this will be the contest over for him too. So a mate is going to be called here. Now Shido is going to be awarded, but if it's for both of them, Schmitt will lose this, because he will gain a Wazari against him. If it's only for Magomedov, then Schmitt will win. So let's see what the referees will decide. So a decision has been made, I'm quite sure of it. But what will decide the fate of these 2 young men? So they decided to let it ride a little bit longer. And good decision. No one really wants to see a win of that way, especially from 2 world-class athletes. that are working. They're just up against each other with tough opposition. Oh, goodness me, and a great as she was. A flurry of attacks from both of these guys, trying to maintain a lead and involvement in this match. And we know any pause of action will result in a Shido. So neither one of them can stand back and hold off. Lovely drop, Sianagi. That's a good attack there for Schmitt. Another one of these would be ideal for him. Both really putting the attacks in, but no major commitments. Oh, and a lovely drop, Sianagi, another good attack. Now, will a Shido be awarded to Russia? It's looking more and more like it. I think the chances have now run out for Magomedov. He really is struggling. It's not for the want of wanting to engage. I think there seems to be some injury here he's not firing on all cylinders here. There's just something underlined that is causing him to perform badly here. Normally we see a much different performance we have done at the beginning. Throughout he really has pulled it out, but we do know he's struggled. It hasn't been one of the best, but a Shido has been awarded, and the match and the title of the World Cup champion in Portugal goes to Schmitt. And he limps off there, but